This particular stunt was supposed to, well, kickstart a lot of things, particularly for Prince Harry. He felt that, well, by doing this, teaming up with the country star Jelly Roll and that fake tattoo thing, that was going to really kickstart a lot of things regarding the Invictus Games. The Invictus Games, let me tell you, are really struggling, as are all charities. This isn't a personal attack on them, simply because, of course, everybody's feeling the pinch and the cost of living crisis. You have to decide who you're going to support. And of course, the Invictus Games really relies on big backers, big supporters, big companies who are also feeling the pinch as well. It's wherever you turn. But now, according to a very well-placed source, this particular situation for the forthcoming event in Vancouver in Canada next year, well, they're having to have a radical rethink. As ever, let me explain. Good to see you today. Thank you so much as ever. The Invictus Games, by the way, we'll have a lovely wave. Sorry, the Invictus Games. Heart of Invictus did nothing, did it, for the Netflix thing? Not surprised really. As I said, it should have been put out more as a sports event. It's not entertainment. I would have liked to have seen far more about the people taking part, and their stories, not really about whether it was Prince Harry. Whoever produced that, and it certainly wasn't Harry, because whatever they put on the box doesn't necessarily mean that's the case. I think they thought he was a sellable point. Clearly he wasn't. Of course, the recent Invictus Games with Meghan Markle marching in front, of course, of the veterans in shorts literally just scored another negative point, because people don't want to see things like that. It's about the people. The stories are fascinating in themselves, very heartbreaking for many, but I like the fight against adversity. The fact that they've got up there, they're still willing to get involved and make the most of whatever they've got. I've interviewed many, and they are inspirational people. My hat's off to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. But you see now, as I say, this has become big bucks. Based on the Warrior Games in America, this is Prince Harry's big thing, that he's hoping to secure and perhaps could be his legacy. But the bigger situation is this: the lineup of people that you need to buy mega tickets for those particular concerts. Well, it's hardly stellar. Jelly Roll, who's he? I had to look him up, bare naked ladies. Well, that's another group, by the way. That's not a euphemism, but you know what I'm saying. You don't know who these people are. So the other situation was this, that apparently, according to a source, Celine Dion was reached out to. Now, Celine, as you know, beautiful lady, lovely singer, famous, of course, for the theme of Titanic, recently appeared for the Paris Olympics to great success. But she's battling quite a few ill health situations herself, so I could imagine, that's a big commitment for her. Of course, Michael Bublé was swung around, and, you could understand that maybe that would work. But according to a source, Prince Harry's now telling people there's going to be some amazing surprise guests. But as we all know, the thing with charity, and this is the problem, they either want paying for their expenses, their flights, their hotels, they all cost. It doesn't matter who they are. The exceptions, of course, are things like the Royal Variety Show and, of course, the recent Platinum Jubilee and the Coronation Concert. They're historical. When these things come around every year, even celebrities think, well, what will I make from that? What's the exposure? Could I sell my brand through it? That's the problem. And Harry and Meghan seemingly, and as ever I have to say allegedly, have tarnished these once well-respected games. It's now going to be fascinating to see exactly who Harry can pull in to simply play to that crowd. And they have to be a huge international name. Now, one might suspect, having, of course, interviewed Mariah Carey for her Archetypes podcast, maybe Mariah Carey could be free. Either way, though, seemingly, not many people are reaching out to Harry and Meghan to say, can we be part of it? Hence the reason we have a lineup like this. It's a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.